Can you tell me what your name is and what your role is with robotics?
My name is Matthew Flood. I'm a teacher here at Billerica Memorial High School, and I'm a coach for our first robotics team.
Okay. When did you start the robotics team?
Yes, I'm a founding member of the team.
Okay. What inspired you to make the team?
What inspired me to make the team was Principal Tom Murphy asking me to start the team 5 years ago when he became the principal of the school.
All right. So what is a memory that you have or a personal experience through robotics that has made you say, this is why I'm on this team, this is why I do what I do?
I don't think there's one specific memory. I think it's a collection of memories where you come into the shop every day during build season, during competition season, where you see the kids learning new skills that are skills that can last them a lifetime, and the excitement and enjoyability that they have from everything that they do here and working together and working with people that they learn and meet along the way. I think it's a culmination of all the work that they put in over their time on the team that really is exciting and keeps me coming back every year.
Okay. So now, if you could explain, this is a very big generalization, but how robotics works and the seasons and what you guys have to get done in whatever amount of time.
Sure. So we break the school year season up into several different components. We start with the preseason, which is a lot of building the skills of our team members so that when it's time to build a robot, we're as prepared as we can be. So that can be things such as basic tools, manufacturing and design process, engineering design process, volunteering and outreach. It's really exposing our team members to as much as possible in that 3 to 4 month period we have before it's time to build a robot. From there, we go into what we call build season, which is a 6-week long period where we learn about the game, what the task is going to be for the year. Then we have 6 weeks to design, build, and iterate our robot before it has to be put in a bag and essentially put to sleep until it's time for competition. So once build season is complete, we go into competition season, which is 2 events during that season where we earn what is called district level points, where we are then ranked in the New England district, which is about 200 teams. Once we have competed and the 8-week season is complete, the top 64 teams go into the New England Championship, where they then compete to qualify for the World Championship, which is held in Detroit. That takes us probably about to the end of April. The last couple months of the school year is typically built around having fun, doing stuff like that, and working on the robot to make it a little better. What we saw during the season that we thought we could have done a better job of, competing in off-season events, which is just kind of like fun events to mess around and drive the robot one last time, and starting to and focusing more on the outreach and community involvement task that we're charged with as members of FIRST.
My name is Jared Body.
Okay. How'd you get into robotics and when?
I got onto robotics my freshman year. I saw the robot that they had built in 2014, which was the year before I joined, and I really liked it. It was really complicated, and I just wanted to know how to do it.
Okay. What is your role on the team?
So I am one of the team captains. I am the robot lead, so I'm in charge of making sure the robot gets built in the 6-week time period we have to build it.
So you say robot lead compared to what would a different lead be?
The other lead is the team operations lead, and that's like the day-to-day stuff.
So my name is Emma Rugg. When I first encountered the team, it was my sophomore year. I saw them, I think the first time I saw what they really did was at the club fair. They had their robot from the year prior out, and I saw it, and it was really awesome. I knew a couple people on the team, and they really told me that it was a great thing, and so I decided to join.
What is your role as leadership on the team, and describe what you do with it?
So my title is build lead. Basically, I am under Jared. So he does the main stuff, and then I will take smaller groups and work on that, and basically lead within smaller groups, whereas he has the whole thing.
I'm Matt Sweeney, and I'm a build lead on Team 4909.
Okay. Mentors. Explain what they are.
Mentors on the team are like mainly adults. They have experience in all these fields, whether they're still doing internships or some of them work at some of the bigger companies that sponsor us. And we got one mentor, Blake. He comes from MITRE, and he helps us out a lot. He teaches us how to use the lathe mill. They pretty much teach us how to use some of the more advanced tools.
Okay, so how did you get into robotics and when?
I got into robotics. I'd say I got into it when I just started watching Transformers when I was little. That was the big one. And then I did robotics, the FTC stuff versus FRC. It's like pretty much the younger kids version of FRC, what we do here. And I did that, so definitely I knew I was going to sign up for this when I came here.
My name is Jeff Davis, and I'm a build lead.
Okay. When did you get into robotics? And why did you get into robotics? What made it interesting to you?
I got into robotics in middle school, 7th grade. From coming down here and seeing a presentation that this team was putting on. That's why I got here.
Okay. Explain what makes you want to stay here. What's the most interesting part of robotics that makes you want to stay here?
The aspect of being able to be proud of something that you made yourself, seeing that it works, and together as a team.
So I'm Roshan Ravi. I'm the software lead on the team. So basically that entails getting all of our robot code together throughout the season, and after the season, getting prepared for the next season. Also involves training all of our new members, because although many members have experience with drills and saws and putting together a chassis, not as many people have experience writing code to make a robot go. So I'd spend a lot of time helping some of the rookies understand the more basics of programming and getting into that. And in addition to that, as part of the software lead, I work on our match analysis system, which is also throughout the robotics community called scouting. So basically at competitions, we have a system that we have tablets, students enter how robots perform in each match onto a set of tablets, and it all is compiled together so that the team can use it for strategic gain, as well as being able to pick an adequate team in the elimination round.
Okay. So explain how and when you got into robotics, not even necessarily this team in general?
So I initially started with software. My dad got me in with like web design way in like early elementary school, like first or second grade. And then since then, I've started just doing a bunch of other web design, and then I got more into robots in high school. I joined in my sophomore year, and so yeah, ever since then, I've been very interested in robots.
So my name is Avani, and I got into robotics when I was in middle school, actually. So I did the plays in 6th grade, and then in 7th grade, I was introduced to the robotics team where Miss Fitz and Mr. States ran the program there. And when I first went, it was really a small thing, and we didn't really do much. And then in 8th grade, actually, we started building a robot, and me and Matt Sweeney, we built a robot together, and in 8th grade, our 8th grade year, was the first year we went to an FTC competition. And I really thought it was one of the most interesting experiences in my life, because you really got to see how other teams from other towns with people aged so similarly as you are could develop such amazing and complex engineered robots. So, yeah.
So why have you, stuck with robotics? What appeals to you in robotics that, something else wouldn't?
First off, I think the environment is something that really appeals to me. I mean, we're so close now that I feel very comfortable just being here with everyone who's on the team. But not only that, it's the things we do. It's, even though I'm on the team operations side of the team, it's not that all I do is sit there at a computer and do work. You're really integrated into the building side because you really have to understand what they're doing to write about it in your awards or to send out newsletters or blog posts. And also the robotics side of things is also integrated into the team operations side of things, like fundraising and volunteering.
Tell, a memory or a personal thing that, really made you say, this is why I stay with robotics.
So my freshman year, it was my sister's first year on the middle school team, and she came to me in the middle of her build season, and she was like, hey, I need your help in designing this specific plow or some claw or something. And I think it was kind of great that through being here for robotics in high school, I was actually able to help her and go to the FTC team at the Marshall and help them during their build season. And I feel like it kind of brings in that pipeline of STEM in robotics that we're trying to reach down to other teams in our own community and help them as well.
So basically, one of the things that we were working on is a SWOT analysis. And SWOT analyses are basically any type of an analysis that focuses on the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and also the threats. Normally it's done for a company, but it's always good to do it for basically most things. So one example is that you can do a SWOT analysis for a team, which is what we're doing. So we basically sat down for some time and just thought about what as a team, what are our main strengths? What can we continue doing in the future? What are our weaknesses? So when compared to other teams who are of the same age or things like that, what can we improve on in the future? Opportunities. So an example of an opportunity is that we're getting a new high school in 2019. So an opportunity would be us having more technology and things like that. And then a threat would be anything that may come up in the future or that is on track to come very soon that may either prevent our strengths from happening again or simply threaten the existence of our team. So we made an analysis of that. And as I said before, one of the main reasons for doing that is simply to analyze the position of your team and how strong of a team we are. And another reason is as part of the first organization, we're also applying to an award called the Entrepreneurship Award, and that is one of the components of it because SWATs are very famous in the business field and in marketing, and they are used for entrepreneurship. So this year we're very fortunate, the team operations side, to have two very extremely helpful mentors. One of who is in the business field. He is actually a vice president of investor relations at a company. So he has a lot of business knowledge that is able to be really useful for us on all sorts of things. And we have another mentor who is technically in the engineering side, but he is very knowledgeable once again in business. So because this is a student-led team, a lot of the work, if not the work, is done by Avani, the other team operations co-lead, and I. But we are still students, and there are a lot of things for us to learn about, and we would love to gain more information about anything about business concepts. So our mentors, especially for team operations, is there to guide us on what to do in the future, and they're also there to qualify any type of information that we need clarification on, and just give us more information and enlighten us very often. And they're just great people to have.
So currently what we're working on is designing things in CAD. So we're 3D modeling all of our design ideas so that we can flesh out some problems that we can see, and we can also see how the systems that we're designing are going to integrate and to get them all on the same chassis. So it's really important that we do this in order to get all of our ideas in one spot and to see the feasibility of our ideas.
So today we've been working on coming up with design ideas to address our, what the task is for this year's game. The team spent this past week identifying priorities of tasks to complete or what the robot needs to do. And now they've been working on coming up with prototypes and ideas to address those tasks, to eliminate tasks that are not useful, and then also flesh out ideas that could be or will be the final design ideas.
Go ahead. So I'm standing here now waiting for judges. Judges are going to come around and they're going to ask us questions about our business plan, what kind of things we've done over the season, our team organization structure, all those kinds of things. And then if we answer their questions well and they think that we can differentiate ourselves from the other teams, that gives us the opportunity to get different types of awards.
So what happened in our last match is we tried to get on a ramp at 467 and our robot wasn't all the way up on the ramp when they lifted us up. So we twisted down and fell back, and our batteries fell out once we hit contact with the ground, and then one of our motor terminals had some damage to it.